I wonder if I could share my screen with you.
Okay, I found it, I think.
Chrome.
I wonder if I could share my screen with you. You
Yeah.
hear yourself?
Yeah.
Let me mute this.
Let's see.
So now I want you to go to your HDR graphics.
Okay, let me go back here. And I'm HDR graphics here or on my Stream Deck.
Let's go to open that rundown. I want to go to the social part that we were looking at. So on the top button there, there's a social there. Perfect. And oh yeah, we forgot to do one thing. So let's go back to that graphics other page right there that we were at. Right there. Perfect. Click it. So remember that add data source button on the bottom that I was telling you about?
Yeah.
We need to choose, we need to put the source there. So click there. And this code that we're going to put right there is going to be where the YouTube link is at. So let's go ahead and go to the YouTube channel. And yeah, let's go to your stream.
And do I get the stream from the URL or from over here?
You can go, maybe you can go into studio mode. I think that's the easiest
Customize
way.
channel?
If you go to your icon on the corner, right there, it's going to show you YouTube Studio. That will be studio mode. And if you go to content, there's the live button right next to the videos. And it's going to show your testing right there. So what you're going to do is you can click there anywhere right there, maybe.
Right here?
Yeah. Yeah. Just click it. And you see where the link is at right there.
Yep.
All you need is actually the P7I4Z, that part of the link. You don't really need the whole thing, just
Right
right
there.
there. And all the way there. Perfect. Copy that and paste it on that graphics section right there. And add source and press connect. Okay, so if you go to the social button that I showed you, which is probably behind one of those windows.
I may have closed it. Oh, it's right here.
Yeah, so you see my comment right there.
Yeah, I do. So I should have
Hello.
that up top. So where does that show up? Do you see that on your YouTube channel?
So what we're gonna do is you're going to show these streams by clicking on my name. If you click on my name on that, it's gonna show on OBS. You
Yep, there's the live stream right there, correct?
mm-hmm.
Okay. So would you want me to
So
click where now?
so if you go to the HDR graphics social,
Okay, right here.
I think you pulled it up there on the other screen.
Oh, yes, I did. Okay, so pull that back down. Okay.
So if you click on my name right there, it's gonna show um
Right. Hello. What you said.
yeah, it's gonna show what I said on that little preview right there. So right now I can see something. It's going behind the prison professor's logo
Uh-huh.
on the screen, but I do see you putting it up there. I think we can hide your prison professor's
Yeah, I could do
logo.
that right in OBS, couldn't I?
Yeah, you can do that in OBS,
Just by
I
going
believe.
here and going to logo and locking it. There you are.
Yeah, there it is. In my image of my
Right.
YouTube channel, it's
Uh-huh.
showing right there as well. So
Right. Okay.
and so we can tweak it and make it look good or
Yeah, I could
in
change it when I'm going to do live. I'd have to create a different scene so my logo shows up someplace else because you're coming in there, unless I moved the social to come to the right side instead of the left side. Couldn't I do that right here on StreamFlow? Go back to theme and
yeah,
plug.
you can go and change it under theme, or you can do right there on John Rotert right there. You're gonna have to edit mode. You're gonna put it in the edit section mode
Where's
right on the
that?
top right corner.
Yes.
Perfect.
And
And then you click on the green little pencil.
yes. And then here, position. I
Yeah,
want to go
you can
here.
put position, you can put it on the other side, and that works fine. And
Close.
yeah, and then now let's go back to the social and
There you are on that side now.
yep, yeah, and I can see it on the stream. The only thing it's showing here though, which I see it's interfering a little bit. It has a little YouTube icon thing. Let me show you what I mean.
Let me see. I can just go to the channel itself and see what you see, can't I?
Yeah, so you see
And
how
then
there's stuff in front of it. Social and
there you are on that side now.
yep. Yeah, and I can see it on the stream. The only thing it's showing here though, which I see it's interfering a little bit. It has a little YouTube icon thing. Let me show you what I mean.
Yeah, I
So
see.
you-
I can just go
Okay.
to the channel itself and see what you
Yeah,
see,
it's
can't I?
so maybe we can do
So
is
you see
maybe
how
there's
position
a
it
little bit to the
left
left and maybe even a little higher or something that will not interfere too much with that. So
Right. So I would go back to. I would go back to
the rundown
right
there
here, and I would go
and
edit
go green pencil, yeah.
position, and I could make it
And
right here.
that will bring it to the middle. So what you can do is it's a very small screen, so you can stretch that screen so we can see a little bit better. And if you go to the bottom corner, I believe you can scale it, and also I think you can kind of move it precisely where you're wanting it. Let's just so see a little bit more of the options. Go down a little bit more.
Down a little more. Oh, I see.
Yeah, so now you can adjust it precisely a little bit to the left and a little bit higher. Yeah, a little bit. That's a little bit too much. And I think you can make it smaller too. It's a little bit too big now. Okay, I think that's pretty good. Maybe a little bit. You can make it lower for sure. Yeah, a little bit lower. Yeah, lower, a little bit lower, and then to the left. The only problem I can, and oh no, it might not be a problem. If you let's go and test a big sentence. So
Yeah, a
I made a
longer message. I was going to say the same thing.
so go to social again, up in the top right there, social, and I have a big question there.
Okay.
So click on it. If you click on it, it's going to show. Okay, now it's showing the big questions and it's working. Yeah. So
Okay.
how can we make video calls?
Okay.
And that's showing up on the stream as well. It is. I think it is. It's still a little bit high, a little tall.
Okay.
And you can go to YouTube and kind of see what I mean by it too, or just looking at your OBS. OBS is showing exactly what's going on YouTube. So
I see. So if where is that little YouTube icon? Is that
yeah, it's just on the very corner. It's not that far. It's just a little square. So you can make it lower. You can make it even a little bit more to the right, and that won't be a problem. I think you should use YouTube, the OBS as a guide to see where things are located as,
Okay.
and yeah, and then just adjust it looking to your OBS screen.
Okay.
Where you think it will look best. So positions.
That will that cover it right there? Can you see it now?
Yeah, I'm seeing on YouTube, and it's covering a little bit. So maybe like a couple pixels, just one or two to the left.
Right there?
Give me a second so it renders here. So I think it went down and then go to the left. Oh yeah, now it did. So you can even go one more to the right. That's plenty. It takes a second here to show
Mm-hmm.
on YouTube. So
Let me see if I can go on this computer.
yeah, I mean, yeah, I think that works perfectly. Right there, that's perfect. And you like this rounded corner shaped base. You do like it that way.
The rounded corner, it's why you want to make it square? It looks like it doesn't have enough buffer on each side of the letter.
Yeah, I feel like the letters are a little bit too big for that.
Okay.
Or we can either do it two ways, either make it different than what you're using for the other graphics, or we can edit the graphics you have. So what we should do is make one customize it just for the chat. So let's go to theme, which is here next to the rundown. Next to social, it has the little button theme. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna duplicate the blue. So up in the top, it's going to show orange. So let's go to the blue one, present professors, right there. And what we want to do is, I think we want to press new.
Okay.
And I think that created a new one. Can you double check for me by clicking on the little arrow down on the present professors on the top button right there? So make this default. Make new theme right there. So you're gonna have to create a new. So click present professors right there. Perfect. And then underneath that, theme name. So YouTube chat, present professors, or something like that. Add new theme. Okay, so now we can make the fonts smaller and things like that, and then add this theme to the YouTube chat.
Okay, so where do I make this the font smaller?
So on the font and all these three first ones are going to mess with the font. I believe the font, the first one's going to mess with the type of font, the name, like Helvetica, or
Mm-hmm.
the second one is going to mess with the larger fonts, which is going to be my question.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Here's, but I can't see it. Oh, I see it. That's what it's doing. Okay, so make that a little smaller like that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's good.
So, and then, yeah, you have some adjustability there. And the smaller fonts as well, you have some control over that.
Okay, I see.
Okay, and then the background and the border, we can all change that a little bit as well. We can make that less of a circle if you want to, um, maybe it would be best if it's kind of like in the middle, a little bit of a circle, but not too much.
Yeah, like
Just
that.
to, because I think you like the circle a lot, so
Yeah,
we
I
can
say I
keep,
can add a little more padding too. Okay, I see what you're saying.
yeah, we can still keep it a little bit similar, but make it a little bit nicer, I think, for chats.
Yeah, I think that looks
And
good.
I mean, that's pretty good, I think. And so let's go ahead and put this theme on the chat by going to the, I don't know if you have to save it. I think it's saved.
Yeah, I don't see a save button.
So let's go to rundown, which is on the top there, all the way down. Okay, yeah, you're already in the social part. So let's go to theme and choose the new theme that we just created. Here it is. And if you go to social, and I think it's going to show up here.
Yeah, I can look on my other computer and see it'll eventually render, maybe.
Yeah, it did update here on YouTube as well. So it's working. Perfect. Yeah.
Interesting. It doesn't on mine seems to be frozen.
Well, on YouTube, it's working here.
Okay. Okay, yeah, now it showed up. Okay, so somebody just sent it looks like somebody just sent a text, I think.
Where?
Or maybe not. No, that it came to my phone. No, I don't know. No, but it shows that there are 6 people watching, but I
Yeah, you can tell them to make a question.
yeah, we're testing on to do the Prison Professors on live. Try and leave a chat so that we can respond to any questions that you have. And I'm looking at multiple computers here, so if you see me looking away, it's because I'm trying to figure the system out here. But Jonathan, if I want to see where their questions are?
You have to go to the social part of graphics. So go to social on the top bar right there.
Okay.
And every, like, remember where I showed you every 60 seconds gonna update?
Okay.
This is where that 60 seconds countdown kind of comes in. So
I
it will appear here once they do start talking. But however, if you want to make that shorter, like 30 seconds or so,
mm-hmm.
we can, by going to the settings that we were doing on the graphics. So you see how right there, the auto scrolling is gonna go to the latest one. I
I
just
see.
put that make a question,
Yes.
and yeah, it's gonna put right there. And yeah, so it is working and everything seems to be good. What you could do, just so you know, here in this part that you're looking at, on the left, on the right side of my name, there's a little icon of a little folder right here on the social area of the graphics.
On you're saying on what? Let me see.
On the graphics app that we're looking at right now, that
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking at, make a question, how can I make a video call? On the right side of my comments right here on this app.
Okay. Now I just had to silence it because you were making. I was hearing the voice over here. Um.
Okay.
Okay. Now I can see. So what?
So right here, next to my comments, you see how there is a little box. It's a little folder. If you click on it, it's gonna save that comment on a list. So
So if I click on this.
on the right side of my name, on the right side, there's a little icon. It's a very square, small square right there.
Okay.
You see how it grabs these comments. So let's say you have like 20 people talking, and then you're sorting through them, and you want, oh, I want this comment to go next, and then this one, oh, this one seems interesting. So you're answering some questions, but you're also preparing them for the next question that you're going to answer. So you're putting and building a list. So you have these functions. You have the whole chat on the left, you have a list form on the top, and you have an auto scrolling down on the bottom there. And you can disable and enable them as you wish, and whatever helps you the most there. So, and you can take that out if you don't want that on your list as well. So just so you know, but there you go. That's working perfectly, I believe.
Hmm.
And you can tweak it there as you wish. There it is. Someone just comment. It's gonna show up in just a little bit.
I can see it on the YouTube channel. That's Daytime Apparel. So welcome. We're participating in a test with us right now as we try and figure out the YouTube channel's live program. And then, let me just read it. Hello and thank you for all you do. I wanted to know if my husband and I can submit certain things like administrative remedies and paperwork to the courts ourselves, or if we need an attorney. You can absolutely do that by yourself. And
Okay.
so I could actually, we're going to test you right now. So I'm going to click on your button, and pretty soon you should show up on the YouTube channel Daytime Apparel.
Yeah,
And
I do think the logo is gonna interfere on this question
then
here.
I can
And
go to my OBS. I would know what to do. And I'm going to remove the, anyway, I'm going to answer your question. I'm going to answer your question here. I just want to find the OBS. Oh, it's up there. So I can just remove my logo there, like that. And so there's your question. So let me answer her question, Jonathan.
for sure.
So yes, you don't need an attorney. Everybody has the right to file their own documents in court. Let me see your question again, though, so I can make sure I'm getting it accurately. And I want to go to this section here. So thank you for all you do. Thank you for all you do. Can I submit certain things like administrative remedies and paperwork to the courts ourselves, or if we need to, an attorney do it? You don't need an attorney. I would recommend that you learn as much as you can. There's a lot of free information on prisonprofessors.com. I would encourage you to watch and to read so that you can understand how the administrative remedy process works. Jonathan, I'm going to do another test right now and try and share my screen so that I can show her where to go. So
Okay.
I think
Yeah.
what I would do to share my screen, let me just test this here. I've got to go to OBS, and I want to go to Chrome. I want to go to this screen right here. Then I would want to open up a Chrome, and I want to open up a browser. So
Yeah.
I think I should be able to do that right here. Yeah, I think so. And go to Prison Professors, right? And that's going to show up right there. So please bear with me for a moment, Daytime Apparel, so I can show you how this is going to work in that little screen. It'll show up there in just a moment.
Yeah, it's starting to show here.
It's starting to show, and it's going to come up. The website's going to show in just a moment. And I'm going to show you right where to go to learn a little bit about this. It's very big right there. But if you go to the website and you scroll down to that section up there, and at the top, you can see the section that says resources. It's not there yet. It's not on YouTube. I've got YouTube showing on another screen, so I can see when you're seeing it.
Yeah, but you can talk to and see in OBS. OBS will be your
But what I'm seeing on OBS right now, it's not yet on the website. See, it's coming now.
Yes.
It's on the website. Now it's on YouTube.
Mhm.
Okay.
But
So,
you want to talk to OBS and think that's YouTube right now. That's
oh,
what
I
you
see.
want.
Because that is this. It's going to come up at the same speed. Is that right?
Exactly.
I
Yeah.
see. So on resources page, if I scroll down here to after sentencing and advocacy work, you're going to find a lot of resources that will help you prepare before you start filing paperwork in court. I think it's on advocacy. I write so much content that I don't know which one is going to, I think it's here, but let me find it. I think you need to learn about these sections here, administrative remedy process. You may know about this already, but you're going to have to work through a administrative remedy process first. And so I wrote this article here that shows you exactly how to do it. So there's the program statement. There is what actually an administrative remedy form looks like. You can get a PDF of this page and send it to your loved one in prison. You could also participate in our weekly webinars if you would like, where I kind of walk people through it. And I would encourage you to use a lot of the resources here, particularly after sentencing and on the advocacy page. We give away a lot of information that I learned while going through 26 years in prison, and I'm always striving to help people learn. I don't know what stage of the journey your husband is in. Maybe you could leave me a chat on that. Like, is your husband in prison already, or is he on his way to prison? If you could drop that into the chat, I would try and answer that. But this, I could see, could be a very useful tool. And I'm just thanking Jonathan, my advisor, who's helping me understand how to use these different tools to serve our community. So Daytime Apparel, thank you for being a part of our community. If you drop that other questions in the chat, I'll do my best to answer. And don't know how you found me, but I want to thank you. So there we go, Jonathan. There's our first conversation with a real-time.
Very cool. Very cool. I would do a couple of adjustments there on the chat. I would make it a little bit smaller.
So
but
on the chat, you mean? Okay, so she asked another question. He has been at prison camp for almost 4 months now. Okay, but I don't know what his sentence length is. What is his sentence length? And that's important. So it's not only being in there for 4 months. How long did the judge sentence him to prison?
So there.
That Daytime Apparel, I may be able to answer you better. And forgive me for the way I'm looking, by the way, because I've got multiple cameras going on here that I'm in monitors. But if you tell me what is his sentence length, then I can give you a little bit more guidance on that question. And so, or I could write, I guess I could write directly to her on my chat, right? What is his sentence length? What is... There. Could you see that I just had to... Oh, so it's 96 months. You're way too early to be thinking about filing administrative remedy. I really encourage you to watch the videos that I wrote, that I filmed on the sidebar of Prison Professors. In fact, I'm going to go and try and share my screen again. Let's see if I can become an expert at this, Jonathan.
One thing I did notice while you were sharing your screen is that the cursor was invisible. And we can change that so that we can see your cursor.
Let me just show her where to go. So if you look on any of these pages right here on the website, I encourage you, you'll always see this sidebar on every page except the home page, right? So it doesn't matter where you are. On any of these pages, you will see a sidebar. And I would encourage you to scroll down until you see this section here where it says... learn from our webinar series. And if you click that, you're going to see these links to different webinars where I write about this concept of administrative remedy. I would also encourage you to look at this link right here where it says learn from our subject matter experts. And if you scroll down that page, you will see the interviews that I did with like the former U.S. Chief of Probation, the former Director of the Bureau of Prisons, former judges, former leader of the halfway house system, and even former wardens. And if you watch these videos that are a part of this product, you will learn a great deal about how you can best advocate for your husband. And I hope that you find value as you and your husband work through 96 months. I empathize with you. I know how difficult it is for you as well as for him, but you can get a lot of this information for free right from the website. And Jonathan, you were about to tell me what I was doing wrong. I think you said that you couldn't see the cursor. Is that right?
Yeah. On the OBS, if you go to the browser, the Chrome, I believe. Let me see if that's the place.
Do you want me to bring OBS down so you can see it on my screen?
Um, yeah, let's do that. I think
Okay.
that would be better for me to help
Okay.
you out. So let's go to properties there.
Properties.
From for the Chrome, that's the right one. Not there. That would be next to that. It has properties, or right click on the
Oh, I see
Chrome.
what you're saying. She asked
Yeah.
me another question. Great, sure, I sure will. I watch every video that you upload to YouTube, but I will do a little more research on your website. Thank you. Yeah, there's a lot of free information on the website that will be really helpful to you and your husband. And the cool thing is you don't have to pay for any of it. It's all free, but there's a lot to learn about navigating a 96-month sentence. And I want you to learn as much as you can so that you and your husband can get the best outcome. And again, I empathize with you and your husband. Jonathan, what were you telling me to do?
So in properties, let's go there. You see right there in the top right there. Perfect. Click there. Show window empty names and Windows shadows. Okay, that's not it. Window Chrome matters, Prism Professors. I don't know why it's not showing your cursor there. It should show an option for a cursor, which is not. So I'll look into that later and I'll
Okay.
help you with that.
And what were
Okay?
you saying is the problem that you can't see the cursor on my YouTube channel or
Uh,
on where?
no, I can't see it at all on your YouTube.
Why
So,
do you want to see? Why is it helpful to see my cursor? Oh, because I'm pointing to something or else other. That's
yeah,
why.
exactly. Yeah,
I
so
see
that
what you're
people
saying.
know that where you're showing them, it's important.
Okay. Okay.
Uh,
That's helpful.
Yeah, I'll look into that later. I thought I knew how it shows, but apparently I don't. So I'll go in ahead and look into that later. And one more thing, in the chat, let's make it a little bit smaller so that it doesn't go all the way out there.
Okay. So I want to go. I know where to go for that. I want to go to rundown and scroll down here to the chat and edit.
Yeah, and then let's go in. I believe it's positions.
Yeah. And then make it smaller.
Scale down a little bit. Yeah, right there. That's a little bit, a little bigger. That's fine. A little bigger. A little. That's good. I think
Okay.
that's good.
Great. Okay. So go back to social again.
And yeah, let's click on the last one that she sent.
That's right there. Great. I sure will. I watch every video. So I wanted to offer one more bit of insight to daytime apparel, and so I'll go back to this section. Is if you, daytime apparel, or anybody else wants to really learn about this experience, I really would also encourage you and your husband to read some of the books. You can get them for free by clicking the digital version, and you can just go to the website. There are sections there where you can, I think if you go to the books tab at the top of the page, you can get the audiobook if you rather listen to the book or watch the video, or you can read it on your phone or on an iPad or on your computer. But you could also send it to your husband. And I think it's really important for somebody who has a 96-month sentence to be looking forward. Okay, what steps do I have to take now? So when the time comes for me to apply for administrative remedy or compassionate release or something else, you want to make sure he's in the best possible position. And that is a piece of guidance I wanted to recommend. So you might want to read the books, make sure that you read the website, listen to the videos because I'm always offering it. We're going to create a system to use this live chat once a week at least, where anybody could ask me anything, and I would encourage you to participate. I think I'm going to have to figure out some kind of way to schedule it on the website so people will know when I'm coming on. But I do want to definitely say thank you to Daytime Apparel for being the first person on our live chat.
Yeah, it was really fun.
All right, Jonathan. Thank you very much. So I want to stop the live
Yep,
chat
just
now. And what will be the
click there
process for that?
on the stop streaming on the top right there, top left, right there.
Stop streaming. So the little bit of information I just gave to Daytime Apparel, although it hasn't yet shown up on the screen, it'll still play even if I stop the streaming. Correct? I'm not going to lose anything just by stop streaming, or am I?
Oh, it's gonna be saved on YouTube.
Okay.